Yo, what is good, YouTube? It's your boy Punk, and I'm back with another video. And today we are making a tier list for the Street Fighter 6 beta.
Everyone hide!
I know you guys probably was waiting for it. You know that if there's a fighting game, there's a tier list to be made by me. You know what I'm saying? So we are going to be making this tier list with the 8 characters that was in the beta, and I'm gonna be giving you the reason why I think what I think, of course. And yeah, let's get into this. Without further ado though, I need you to go like, comment, subscribe, and turn the post notification bell on, and let's get into it. So first we have Ken here. I played some Ken. I think Ken is pretty good, honestly. At least in the beta, he feels like he would be pretty good in the tier list if he stayed the same. One, he has really good fireball. Ken's fireball has never been as good as it is in any Street Fighter game than it is in 5 or 6 right now. His fireball is really fast, and it has really fast recovery. 2, his low forward has, like, it doesn't seem like it has a lot of range, and for that reason it makes it really hard to whiff punish it. So you honestly can buffer Ken's crouch medium kick from far ranges, and if you walk into it, you'll get drive rush cancel full combo. And if you try to whiff punish it, you might also get whiff punish back, because for some reason if you're far away, it's really hard to whiff punish his crouch and medium kick. And then also Ken has meaty overhead combos in this game into like meaty overhead setups also, and that is like a very dangerous thing. He has really good damage with his combos, and he has amazing corner carry. And then on top of that, Ken has 2 confirmable buttons. You could do stand medium kick confirm target combo, and you can also do stand fierce confirms, which is really good for the character, especially when he puts you in a corner. It gets really hard. And also on top of that, he has throw loops, which I think every character pretty much has throw loops in this game, so we don't really have to talk about that again for any character. Just assume they all have throw loops, because I think all of them does have throw loops. I would say Luke is probably the worst character in the beta, honestly, and he's still not that bad. I would say Luke is about C tier. I don't think he's really that bad of a character, but I do think his flaws are the fact that his best buttons are heavy normals, and they get beat up on startup a lot of the time, and I think that's like the main reason. But he still has his fireball, which is just as good as it is in Street Fighter 5 and 6 now. It is really good. He has a bunch of new target combos that you can hit confirm in this game. He has like a low forward target combo where he does a crouch medium kick into a head button. You can confirm that. And he also has forward fierce, which is also a very confirmable target combo. Still a lot of damage if you can get the perfect charge combos, and they're very satisfying to hit still in this game, so that's a plus on top of being cool already. And then he has really good anti-air, of course, with his DP. Luke's DP is just as good in this game like it is anti-air in Street Fighter 5, in my opinion. So yeah, I think this character is like, he's pretty good. It's just the biggest flaw I think is his best buttons are all very slow. But Ryu is amazing in this game. His crouch and medium kick is something to reminisce about. You know what I'm saying? You can think of the Street Fighter 4 days, and you can think of that crouch medium kick. They pretty much gave it back to him. That range is crazy. Of course, it comes with great responsibility. With great power comes great responsibility, and that thing is very whiff punishable. So you don't want to be just sticking that thing out and making it whiff, because you will get whiff punished into big damage. But on top of Ryu having a really good low forward, his fireball is really good, and he also has the little Denjin charge fireballs that are pretty much unreactable. They literally fly across the screen in the speed of light. And then he has some very easy combos and confirms. You know, the Ryu special, he always pretty much has very easy combos in every Street Fighter game. They're pretty straightforward. And yeah, his zoning is really good in my opinion. Having good zoning in this game is pretty good, because you can shoot fireballs to make people lose all their drive gauge, right? And that's really good to have. His stand medium punch, I think, is a really good plus frame button in this game, when a lot of characters don't really have good plus frame buttons outside of when you're burnt out. Ryu stand medium punch is actually still pretty good. He pretty much has a throw loop even mid-screen too, unless you back tech. If you don't back tech, he can actually throw loop you mid-screen, which is kind of crazy to think about, right? Next we have Juri. Juri, I think is actually the best character in the beta by far. I think she was the best, and not that they really need to nerf her in the full version. The only thing I would say they need to do is make her buttons a little bit more whiff punishable, and maybe have a little bit less range, because they go so far, and it's so hard to play neutral with Juri because all her buttons outranges you by so much, at least so far from the characters in the beta. Her buttons outrange everyone's by so much that is honestly was crazy. So it's really crazy because when you get the stories in this game, she also has a really good fireball. With Juri, usually don't have a fireball that travels really far, but in this game, her fireball actually travels pretty much across the screen, which is crazy to think about. She has really good drive rush combos that push you pretty much towards the corner a lot of time. She has a really good throw loop in the corner that's very easy to like get an auto timing for, and you don't have to manually time it all the time. So that is pretty good. She also has her dive kick, of course. She has a really good anti-air in this game that she gets Oki off of, by the way. I don't know, I really think a lot of characters get Oki off their anti-airs, but she actually does get Oki off of her anti-air, which is pretty cheap to think about. Guile. This is a character I honestly don't have too much experience against playing or seeing too much, but from what I did see from him, I would say Guile was around A to A+. He looked really good. I watched some Knuckle Dude play him on his stream, and he was doing some really cool stuff with Guile. The perfect sonic booms are really good, and they look pretty easy to do, so having that is nice. The Sonic Blade was the best thing about Guile. I think Sonic Blade is really good. It stays on the screen for so long, and you could just shoot the Sonic Boom pretty much at any time that is on the screen, and it still will go into the, you know, the V-skill boom that you know from Street Fighter 5. Yeah, I might say Guile maybe is A+, because thinking of his buttons, his like down or his upside down kick has so much range, and the pushback is crazy in the upside down kick. His low forward is really good, and if you get like a low forward whiff punish with Guile, since it's a punish counter, you get the extra plus frame. You get a flash kick from whiff punishing with low forward, and that does a lot of damage. Back heavy punch is finally cancelable with Guile, which is crazy because that button is amazing in every Street Fighter game. He still has all his great anti-airs that he's known for in every Street Fighter game. He still has a lot of big damage combos, a lot of new target combos now Guile actually has that leads into big damage. I think he might be one of the very few characters, or the only character, who can do a level 1 super and get a combo after it, which does so much damage also. So yeah, this character is pretty good. He has a lot of great buttons, a lot of good zoning, and great anti-airs, bro. Guile is Guile. He's always going to be Guile. You know what I'm saying? You can't make him bad because there's no way to nerf Sonic Boom and Flash Kick. Those moves are going to be good to the end of time, bro. And next we have Chun-Li. I want to say Chun-Li is around the A category. I did get to play Violmaster, and he was doing some crazy stuff with Chun-Li. He was playing really good, and he had a lot of good combos set up, and crazy anti-air combos is the biggest thing that stood out when I've seen Chun-Li. She could do like stand heavy kick into her little stance cancel, sweep into DP, and it does about 40% for EX bar, and off for an anti-air is honestly kind of crazy. But outside of that, I do think that Chun-Li has very easy buttons to whiff punish in this game, which kind of makes her a little bit you know, but she's still really good because her pokes is still Chun-Li, you know. She still has those Chun-Li pokes, it's just that it's a bit easier to whiff punish, not a bit, a lot easier to whiff punish. So she has a lot of good stuff on top of really good plus frames. Chun-Li plus frames is actually pretty good from Drive Rush. She is a pretty scary character, I would say, on top of heavy legs is only like -2, which is crazy to think about. You can literally just do low forward heavy legs and you're safe. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, I can't wait till the full game come out to see what get discovered more with Chun-Li, honestly. Jamie, this is a character I've played the most. I'm a big fan of Jamie. I would say he's around A+, honestly, for the simple fact that if you get to level 3 or higher in the drink, just having the access to his command grab especially is freaking crazy. The level up drinking with him is crazy. He does a lot of good damage if you get the right hits. He has a lot of big damage combos. Doesn't have the best Oki outside of the corner, but that's fine because he has really good neutral, I would say. His neutral is pretty good. He does have a dive kick, which is kind of crazy. And he has a lot of good juggles, I would say. Like, you could do EX dive kick and get juggles off of it, on top of the EX dive kick actually being safe too. It's kind of crazy. And then you can also put yourself into drink mode, install mode, and just, if you got level 2, or you can just give yourself the command grab at will at that point if you want to spend the 2 bars on it, which is also a really good thing. And the biggest thing that this character has is the fact that you get a full drive rush combo after level 3 super. And that is honestly nuts. It does so much damage depending on how much scaling you did before you did the super. And also, I think Jamie's forward heavy kick, that button, forward heavy kick, is so good. I think it's very underutilized. If you've seen a lot of my footage of me playing this character, I be spamming some forward heavy kick a lot of the times. That button is really good. He also has, I wouldn't say he has the best anti-airs, but he has a really good air-to-air anti-air, which is jump heavy kick into his DP. If you can do that consistently as a reaction for anti-airs, then you're going to be doing good in life, you know what I'm saying? And last but not least, I'm gonna go with Kimberly. I want to honestly say that maybe I thought she was initially really good and maybe could have been the best character in the beta, but I want to say that she might have went down to like B tier for the simple fact that she does have pretty stubby buttons. She has really good setups though, so don't get it wrong. She is very good. She has good setups in the corner, but she doesn't have the best neutral all the time. And I think that could probably slow her down some in the full game. But she is definitely a really good character still, because she does have the set play, which no other character really has in this game. Actually, I'm gonna put her at A tier, because having the set play that she has is kind of crazy. It's very hard to pick the correct option, because every option leads into her ending up plus. You can tech her grab and she's still plus. You can, you know, if you do tech and you're wrong, you get shimmied. And if she grabs you, she get a full combo. You know, it's kind of crazy. And you saw a man like Diaphone take the tournament playing this character, so you know she got to be a little bit busted. But I do think her problem is she does have some small normals. You know, she has some T-Rex limbs, but she does have some really great damage on top of her level 3 being an install super that she keeps for the rest of the game. Pretty much whatever game you playing, she keeps it for the rest of the game, and it gives her like a speed boost, I believe, and a damage buff for the rest of the match. That's some lab coat 21 stuff if I ever heard it, and that alone is really cheap. But yeah, outside of that, this is the tier list right now that we have for the beta. We are coming to the end of the video, so let me know what you think of the tier list and what you thought of the Street Fighter 6 beta in general. Who is your favorite character to play? Who are you most excited to play in the full release version? Let me know down in the comment section below, and as always, I will see y'all in the next one.